Well, the Nebraska football team got some somewhat good news here on Wednesday as both J.D. Spielman and quarterback Adrian Martinez were seen in full pads leaving the practice field. Martinez did not have a brace either on his knee, but you still get the idea that that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be the guy here. It will be interesting to see how they evaluate this quarterback situation, and we did catch up with both quarterbacks coach Mario Verduzco and offensive coordinator Troy Walters to get the latest.
We're excited if it's Noah, we feel like we can go into Minnesota and win. If it's Adrian, whoever the quarterback is, we got to go play our best game and go out and try to get a win.
From an emotional standpoint and just preparedness standpoint, we're all in it together. And we make certain from week to week that all the guys are prepared in the same way and taking game tests and all that sort of stuff. So feel comfortable about with what they know about the game plan, whether they're number 1, 2, or 3 on the depth chart.
The guys understand next man up, and the guys understand that you've got to be ready when your number's called, and Noah is that type of young man. I mean, he prepares like he's going to be the starter. He prepares like he's going to play every down, and so when his number's called, he's ready to go. And I think with J.D. being limited, some of the other receivers realize, hey, this might be my opportunity. So we've had a great week of practice. Guys have really stepped up, seized the moment, seized the opportunity, and I look forward to Saturday night.
Well, whoever we put back there we feel comfortable with. If it is Noah, he's been in our offense for a long time now. He's very smart. He's very capable. He does a really good job. So whoever ends up, we're going to be fine with. If it's him, then we have utmost confidence in him being able to go up there and execute at the level we need at that position.
And that wide receiver position particularly has been underperforming all year, and with Spielman practicing, that was a good sign on Wednesday, but they still need more guys to step up.
Yeah, this week a lot of receivers got reps. Darian Chase got reps. Jerron Woodyard got a bunch of reps with the ones. Mike's still getting reps. Cade Warner seems like he's healthy, so he's getting reps. So all hands on deck. We got to play guys that are healthy, and those guys have had good practices. So we'll go with, who's ever healthy, that's who we're going to go with.
We caught up with running backs coach Ryan Held as well, as he gave us his thoughts on Maurice Washington and kind of where he's at coming off of his injury.
I'm challenging him this week to have a great week of practice, which up to this point he's done a really good job, and I'm going to be on him to be a champion on Saturday. I'm going to be on him right before the deal. I might take a beer bottle and smash it over my head, whatever it takes to get him ready, just like the other guys. It'll be 30 degrees, great. It's good old-fashioned football weather. They're undefeated. They want to beat us and get their bowl game eligibility. Obviously, we want to go up there and fight our butts off and see where this thing goes.
So Scott said he was looking for the right response from Maurice this week. Have you seen that?
I really have, and I'm not just. I'm not just saying that to please the media. He's really come out and been focused, and I'm going to keep challenging him. That's my job as his position coach. That's what I'm paid to do with all my guys. I got to get him where he can help this football team for 4 quarters.
Okay. We saw freshman running back Ramir Johnson last week as well for a second time. With that said, they have a plan for Johnson. They would like to keep that red shirt on him in 2019.
Well, our plan is to do what we can to redshirt him. He's got 2 more games. On Saturday, I wanted to get him in more. It just became a deal where, you look up, we had 26, 27 plays in the first half, But he's really been practicing well. But we want to save these 2 games to be able to utilize him and save his redshirt year, because he's going to be a really good player for us. We just want to be smart if we can. Now, injuries or whatever, and we don't have a choice, that's a whole other deal. But that's kind of the goal with him is save the 2 games if we can and then go from there.
Lots of talk about cold weather this week for Nebraska as they'll be going into a potential snowy, wet, windy night in Minneapolis, and it's something that they're geared up for.
We told them Monday that it's going to be cold, possibly snowing. It's a mindset, and to get ready for that. And if anything else changes, if it's better conditions, then we're good to go. But we're prepping for a cold day, a snowy day, a tough day, and we're not going to make any excuses. And we went outside, but it's been fairly nice here in Lincoln, so there's not much you can do. I think today they're going to get in the cold tub for about 15-20 minutes and just simulate cold. But our guys are tough, and we played Michigan State last year in those type conditions. So if it comes to that, we'll be ready to go.
No, we were not allowed to wear sleeves. You don't wear sleeves. I don't care if it's 46 below zero. You don't wear sleeves because you can't field the football. We don't. I mean, once you get warmed up and loose, you're fine. I'm sure they'll have jackets and warmer deals on the side in between when the defense is on. Stay loose. It's a mindset. You know, I mean, it's this is football. You know, you can't play in warm weather every week. In this league, you got to be able to play in all kinds of weather, and they're going to play in it. We're both going to play in it, and it shouldn't be a factor. We should be ready to go. If it's 35-mile-an-hour winds and snow, let's go. Like Little League football in the backyard when you were getting ready for Thanksgiving after you ate, half a turkey and all that, and it was gluttony when you were out there.
I expect them to be aggressive. They're an undefeated team. I mean, they do a good job.
Do they bring more than 4 a lot, or are they?
No, not necessarily. They play some base defenses and they certainly bring their pressures when they feel like they need to bring their pressures. Without giving you as much information as I have right now, they do a good job of knowing their system and being in the gaps that they're assigned to and attacking the line of scrimmage. And they're good. They're a Big Ten team. They're good.
And staying with offensive line coach Greg Austin, he's got a number of true freshmen he's working with right now. There's 6 on scholarship on top of the veterans on this roster. And he said day to day that makes his job pretty interesting.
I'm a fireman and a shepherd at the same time, right? You got to put out fires and then you got to start the fire in some cases with some of these young guys. And you got to lead them. You got to lead them. You got to make sure that you're adding value to them. The young guys, and especially the young guys that are playing, that have the opportunity to play. But you can't, as a young guy or as a coach, get down on them when they're still in their big-time growth and maturity phases of their transition from high school to college, or from dependence to independence. And that's the shepherding part of it.
And as for the snap issues for Nebraska, that's been an issue, as we know, all season. I talked with Greg Austin about that and why this continues to be an issue. Austin said right now it's more a fatigue thing and not a fundamental thing, and it's something they're continuing to work on with Juergens. With the Huskers here in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan for HuskerOnline.com.